Hi all, Lee Veras here with Phototech Tuesday. Each week I'll be bringing you new insights into photography, technology, art, and more. Bobby and I were in Las Vegas this past week for WPPI, the Wedding and Portrait Photography Convention. We taught and demoed lighting techniques for Nanlite, the LED lighting company we've been affiliated with for the past few years. After the show, we spent a few hours walking around Fremont Street, a unique visual environment with a full video dome ceiling that covers the street lined with hotels, restaurants, casinos, strip clubs, and souvenir shops. A classic assault on the senses that can only take place in Las Vegas. This was a perfect place to work with in-camera multiple exposures with my Fujifilm X-T5. Let's take a look. Las Vegas is truly the city of lights, and the most lit up place in Las Vegas is Fremont Street. Fremont Street holds the record for several Las Vegas firsts. First hotel, Hotel Nevada, opened in 1906, later renamed the Golden Gate. First telephone, 1907. First paved street, 1925. First Nevada gaming license. First traffic light, first elevator, and first high-rise, the Fremont Hotel, in 1956. Fremont Street introduced neon signs to the landscape in the late 1920s, giving birth to its Glitter Gulch nickname. By the 1930s, neon signs turned the desert nights bright, attracting visitors and gamblers alike. One of the most iconic neon figures, Vegas Vic, has been greeting visitors since 1951. A massive neon cowboy standing over 40 feet tall. By 1992, the Las Vegas Strip held about 80% of the casino market, and downtown Las Vegas hotels and casinos, where Fremont Street is located, sought to build an attraction to lure more visitors. City officials spent almost $70 million to create the Fremont Street Experience, transforming the area. The central attraction is a barrel vault canopy 90 feet high at its peak and about 1,375 feet in length. The canopy now features 49 million LED lights and can operate video shows even in daylight. The Viva Vision canopy is the largest video screen in the world, running hourly nighttime shows. Cascading light shows overhead, vintage neon, street performers, and dense human energy makes it a natural playground for in-camera multiple exposures. The layering of light sources, movement, and architectural geometry translates beautifully into the blended dreamlike quality that multiple exposures produce. Modern in-camera multiple exposures take advantage of mirrorless camera processing to provide blend modes like average, light, dark, and additive. Because you're looking at an LCD instead of a mirror-reflected live view, you can see a transparent view of the previous capture, so you can compose your additional exposures effectively. However, you can't preview blend modes other than average, so the results are often surprising. There are a variety of strategies for capturing multiple exposures depending on the blend mode you choose. I find the multi-exposure settings for my Fujifilm X-T5 under the shooting menu, turning it on and choosing a blend mode. I used light for all my Fremont Street images. Light mode blends the lighter pixels of each exposure such that there is no transparency. Lighter elements overprint darker elements. This image is made up of 3 different captures. Here, in the first capture, I'm deliberately leaving half the frame dark to receive lighter elements from the next exposure. And because you can see the previous exposures, you can easily compose adjacent subsequent captures, putting images next to each other and blending in lighten mode. The final light mode composite image doesn't have any transparent areas. Walking around Fremont Street, I feel like a kid in a candy store. Here are some more images. Blended signs build new messages in chaotic abstract images. Yes, there is a police station more or less across the street from a marijuana dispensary. All this blended imagery, it's just amazing. Once it piles up, it gets really complicated. I'm not quite clear on what over 300 pounds eats free means. Do you have to eat 350 pounds worth, or does simply being 350 pounds fat qualify? This sort of visual chaos can only happen in Las Vegas. This lucky day final image is my favorite. Which one do you like? Well, I hope this little tutorial inspired you to try out in-camera multiple exposures. It's certainly a fun thing with any city lights you might encounter. We're currently prepping for the Florida Camera Club Council Convention, where we'll be leading workshops and seminars. So stay tuned for news from the event in the coming weeks. Until then, keep creating. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss another Phototech Tuesday. And I'll see you next time. You might consider joining us for a travel adventure. Check out our trips and in-person workshops at our website, bobbyandleesphotoadventures.com. Our upcoming photo adventures for 2026 include neighborhoods of New York for street shooting, Santa Fe, New Mexico, and Nova Scotia. Also, next year's Venice Carnival photo adventure is now live, so check out the website for more info. Thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on our next adventure.